Assalamualaikum and good day everyone. So first of all, this video is being prepared in conducting the presentation requirement in our group assignment 2 for International Finance subject BWFF3043. So we are from group B11 and our groups consist of 5 members. The first one is Yang PENGFEI, second is NURSYAFIQAH binti MOSTAM, the third member is SITI RAHIMAH binti AZMI, the fourth member is me, Tasha binti MALLARANGENG, and the last member is MUHAMAD HAZIQ bin MUHAMAD YUSOF. Here are some brief explanation of our objective in this presentation and the content that we will present in this video. So the objective of this presentation is to discuss the corporate internationalization for our chosen companies, which related with the trends of globalization. So there are 4 companies that we have chosen, which are the Top Glove Corporation, Supermax Corporation Berhad, Hartalega Holdings, and also Kosan Rubber. For the content that we'll present in this video, we'll start with the company's background in the introduction part, and then we'll explain about the data of company's details, which related to the data collection and calculation. And then we'll discuss about the question number 1, which is the impact of internationalization on company stock return, growth, and profitability. And then we'll discuss about question number 2, about the factors that affect the level of companies' internationalization. And then we'll do some summary for the conclusion part, and we'll finish it with the references that we use in this presentation.
Introduction. The first company is Top Glove Corporation. Top Glove was established in 1991 by Tan Sri Dr. Lim Wei Chai. His family is in the trading business and they used to possess a rubber plantation. The company was founded in Malaysia, where it initially included a single plant and 1 production line for gloves. Now, Top Glove has somewhere about 2,000 clients, export to 195 nations, 750 manufacturing lines, and 47 factories. The business has expanded its operations in several countries, including Thailand, China, and Vietnam. Next is Supermax Corporation Berhad. Supermax is well known as a global leader in the production, distribution, and promotion of high-quality medical gloves. Listed on the main board of Bursa Malaysia Securities Berhad, it is a global leader in the latex glove industry. Supermax Corporation Berhad began from business in 1978, first functioning as a dealer and exporter of latex gloves. It is the company that produced the most rubber gloves and has the title of being Malaysia's largest manufacturer of its own brands. Supermax sells its products to more than 146 countries around the world, including those in the America, Europe, the Middle East, Asia, and South Africa. The third company is Hartalega Holdings. Hartalega, which began operations in 1988, is currently the most prolific manufacturer of knitwear gloves in the world. Each year, the company produces 14 billion gloves. It ships its product to customers in the Middle East, Europe, Asia Pacific, and the Americas. Emulating the natural qualities of natural rubber latex, Hartalega was the first business to create soft, stretchy knitwear gloves. Hartalega is credited with developing the very first pliable and stretchable knitwear gloves. The last company is Kosan Rubber. Kosan Rubber Industries was established in 1979 and has been a manufacturer of rubber cutlass bearing for fishing boats since its inception. Kosan Rubber Industries is a manufacturer of a variety of rubber goods, including disposable latex gloves and industrial rubber items. The company primarily operates in the following 3 markets: the technical rubber product markets, the glove market, and the clean room products markets.
Next, I will continue with the data of company's detail. In order to answer the question in this assignment, we need to apply the regression model. But before we're able to apply the regression, we need to collect some data of the company's detail, which also referred to as variables. So there are 16 variables that we have collected in this assignment, and it is within the range of 7 years from 2014 until 2021. So as you can see from the first picture, the variables consist of the firm age, location, stock return, profitability, and growth. For the profitability, it includes the value of return on asset and return on equity, while for the growth, it includes the value of return on investment and compounded annual growth rate. For the next picture, the second picture, the variable consists of the foreign revenue growth, the volatility of oil price and exchange rate, and then the leverage. For the leverage, we calculated two value, which is the total debt to common equity value, and then the total debt to total asset value. For the third picture, the variable includes is firm size and tangible asset. For the firm size, we calculated the natural logarithm of total asset and market capitalization. And then for the internationalization variable, we take the value of foreign sale, foreign asset, foreign board gender, CEO, foreign CEO gender. And for the last picture, the variable consists of CEO gender, board size, board gender ratio, and also the COVID-19 variable. For your information, all of these data and variable need to be collected and calculated for each of the companies that we have chosen. And then with that, only with that, we will able to apply the regression model to answer the question that required in this assignment. So that's all for me, and I will pass to the next presenter to explain about the regression model. Thank you.
My name is NURSYAFIQAH binti MOSTAM. My metric number is 2788806. I will present for my calculation part. Before made a calculation, I already made a clean data from raw data that had done by my partner Tasha. I identified dependent and independent variables for both questions. As you can see here, for question 1, the dependent variables were stock returns, compounded annual growth rate as growth, ROE and ROA as profitability, while the dependent variables were in the gray table. Next, for question 2, the dependent variables were foreign sales and foreign assets, and the independent variables are also in the gray table besides. Next process, I generated the clean data by using SPSS to get the regression results of all companies. For question 1, I ran for 4 times since they have 4 dependent variables, while for question 2, I ran for twice since it had 2 dependent variables. Each the results could provide a model summary, ANOVA, and coefficients table. For an example, in this slide, it showed a model summary, ANOVA, and coefficient table for stock return. Thank you.
Good day to everyone. My name is Yang and my mention number is 26488. Represents the predictive quality of the dependent variable R square, represents the amount of variation explained by the independent variable, and adjusted R square indicates of the level of variation caused by the independent variable encoded in mode. For standard returns, we can observe R square is 0.912, R square is 0.831, adjusted R square is 0.692. According to the table, only four zero even of total size and consequently significant less than 0.05. These three variables have the highest significant correlation for stock returns. For growth, our value is 0.915, a square is 0.837, adjusted square is 0.702. For ANOVA of growth debit should a significant value of zero. This is less than 0.001, so it can be known that the test factor has sufficient significance for the result. For reproducibility, we observe our A and our E. Our A's data is our value is 0.973, our skew is 0.947, adjusted skew is 0.904, and our value is 0.962, our skew is 0.925, adjusted skew is 0.863, and both and only every of the title assigned CEO have a long correlation with them. Thank you.
I will continue with the factor that affect the level of company internalization, which is the first one is foreign asset. The R value here is 0.909 based on the table, which is represent the forecast quality of the dependent variable. R square represent the amount of variation explained by the independent variable, and the R value of square is 0.8207, which means that the impact of the most independent variable is positive for foreign asset. The final adjusted R square value is 0.701, which means that approximately 70.1% of the variation is due to the independent variable included in the models. Besides, the ANOVA of the foreign exchange shows a significant value of 0.00b, which is less than 0.001. So it can be known that the test factor has sufficient significance for the result. From the coefficient table, we can understand that the impact then and the importance of the variation of stock returns. B indicate the chain that the unit dependent variable can bring the foreign assets. Beta is obtained when we normalize all the variables included in the model, which allow us to compare the magnitude of the coefficient to see which coefficient has a greater effect to the dependent variable. It can be seen on the chart that the significance of the board size and ln of market capitalization at the 1% level is 0.005 and 0.45, which have a great relationship with foreign assets. It indicates that these two are the most less effect on foreign assets. The second factor is foreign sale. R represents the predictive quality of the dependent variable, which is foreign sales, whereas the value of R is 0.988. The degree of variation explained by the independent variable which are stated in the table above is represented by R square. R square value is 0.976, which means that 97.6% of the compounded annual growth rate is explained by the independent variable. The adjusted R square value is 0.959, which indicates that 95.9% of variation is due to the independent variable included in the model. Other than that, the ANOVA of the foreign sale shows a significant value of 0.000b, which is less than 0.001. So it can be known that the test factor has sufficient significance for the result. For the coefficient table above, the significance of foreign board size and also firm age show the result of 0.000, which indicate that the correlation of this and foreign sale are constant.
For the conclusion, the findings of this study were intended to provide light of the ways in which internationalization influenced the growth and profitability of businesses. Therefore, it is important to do research into the factors that affect the level of internationalizations achieved by organizations. Thus, the SPSS results indicate company stock returns, growth, and profitability. Likewise, the study demonstrates the relationship between dependent and independent variables. The result of the analysis can be observed the influence of the most independent variables is positive for stock returns. Besides, the ANOVA of the stock return that show the risk factor has sufficient significance for the result. Now it shows that the degree of variation explained by the independent variable is represented by R square, which means the compounded annual growth rate is explained by the independent variable. The overall result of the cross analysis their beta values, proving that they have a positive relationship. We can understand the impact and importance of each variable on stock returns. P indicates the change that the unit dependent variable can bring to foreign assets. Beta is obtained when we normalize all the variables included in the model, which allows us to compare the magnitude of the coefficients to see which coefficient has greater effect on the dependent variables.
So that's the end of our presentation, and here are the list of references that being used in conducting this group assignment too. So thank you so much for listening and have a nice day.